Oh, don't mind me. I was just daydreaming about the past or maybe the future, such as the life of a seer. I suppose that you'll want to talk about the threat that chaos poses to us all. I have carefully examined the skeins of fate, and I know all about such things. What, you can't read my writing? Silly monkey. Also, note that I care not a lick for the minor adjustments and upgrades of individual war gear kits and who got cut on what arm. So, feel free to roll those yourselves this week. My forces have congregated in the woods, ready to strike at the 4 chaos gates that have been built there. The chaos forces have harvested the energy and made it such that we had to take action. On planet Driftblue is where we will make our stand. Currently, I have worked the skeins of fate to ensure that the dreaded ancient foe of the Necrons, the ravenous foe of the Tyranids, and the Leagues of Votan, are all able to provide some cover, shall we say, some expendable bodies, whilst we strike from the shadows against chaos more broadly. On the central planet of Toyo, it's a classic battle between the very tired forces, the Monkey who serve the Corpse Emperor versus the Monkey who have fallen to chaos. Once again, I must hope that the followers of chaos are broadly defeated. An interesting wrinkle is that amidst the ruins of a fallen titan, a band of orcs has resolutely made their home there and are sallying forth to battle who knows who. So happy hunting those who are fighting the forces of chaos, in particular my brethren amongst the graceful and peaceful Aldari. May we triumph like the wind blowing through the reeds. We'll strike through the forests, and none will stand against us. And I suppose the others fighting against chaos might succeed too. Hey everyone, kind of a quicker update because I'm literally recording this from the hospital. These are the deployment maps. Well, I'll have the actual physical maps on the day of that we'll be using. So the details, Saturday, August 8th, afternoon, noon to evening. We're working on the timings. I'm likely to be there 4 o'clock onward, whether that means someone else starting it or us starting at 4. We're working that out currently. And that game is Chaos versus Aldari, Votan, Necrons, Tyranids, and if any Space Marine players want to join in, they are welcome to. We'll have a sort of Space Marine, deep strike kind of option for them to still be able to play in the game. However, all AdMech and Imperial Guard will probably be fighting on the Chaos side for this day. Sunday, August 17th, that flip-flops. We'll be having the Imperials versus Chaos, and Orcs will also be there. Unclear which side they'll be on until we see the points. So on the day of, it'll work out. Players can bring their Crusade armies and add any number of points you think you can manage in the time frame. We're trying to be kind of loose with that, where different people have different collections, so people can feel comfortable bringing 500 points and still having fun, or bringing 4,000 points and still having fun. Turns will be about 40 minutes, and the expectation is that folks may not move, shoot, or assault with every model every one of their turns. I think you're going to see forces are going to start quite close to one another. We're going to definitely do like a the battle is engaged and here we go kind of a thing that, like you do in Apocalypse. I don't want a turn of us all moving our forces and just a little bit of pew-pew. I want to really get into it. Expect about 3 rounds. Both days will really decide things, and so the slightly tighter time frame on the 8th shouldn't be a problem. Given that reserves can arrive on turn 1, and aircraft not only start on the board, but can move turn 1, so expect to get in the action fast. So when you're actually putting your models on the tabletop, think about that. The second set of details. So each of the maps has, and I'll put these out in the blog post as well. Each of the maps has a legend with hexes, and everyone has to message me in advance with your selection of starting hex based around your force. The position in the battle where your force sets up will be dependent upon your selection. So you just have to message me like what you're playing for the day of and where you're starting, and then I've got it. We'll balance points as needed by returning destroyed units to reserves or swapping people to chaos, if needed. Likewise, if players with smaller forces are eliminated quickly, we might return them, but don't abuse that potentiality. Potential objectives are indicated with arrows on the map. I'll show in a second. Every player will be given a mission on the day of the event, and victory will be determined by how many players achieve their assigned mission. So if your side has more players achieve the assigned mission, you win. Outcomes on the missions from the August 8th event will also impact the game on the 17th, as well as any live scenario decisions made by both sides during the event. So there's a couple things that I'll ask the group that's currently in control of a certain thing. What do you want to do? They will decide as a group what they're going to do, and that will affect the game going forward as well as the next game. So I think it's going to be kind of fun. We're doing the smaller planet first. And so you can see here the options, and you just tell me the number if you're chaos, or symbol, and letter if you're non-chaos. And you'll see they're kind of like laid out separately. If someone's colorblind, Eldari are in the upper left corner. Votan are sort of middle right. Tyranids are lower central, and Necrons are lower left on this map. And the Imperials would emerge at the abandoned garrison. It would not be so abandoned. There'd be a holdout of Space Marines holding against the Chaos forces. And Chaos, you'll see, you get to deploy all over. So you get to go wherever you want to go to start things out. Do you want to grab the gates? Do you want to focus on the spaceport? Do you want to attack the megalith structure? Your choice where you want to start. So have some fun with that. And I think with everybody deciding these things like their own, it'll be a really fun deployment that'll kind of work out as we go. And I think you'll see it'll be pretty cool. So I hope. And here's the map for the 17th. Again, I'll put it up on my blog so you can just see the image. You don't have to look here. There is a central trench line that Chaos has built to defend the warp gates. There are 4 of them. It's interrupted only by the Warlord Rex, which the Orcs currently inhabit. So literally Orcs, you're deploying at J, no choices. That's where you're deploying. But again, there's all the Imperial forces are north of, above, to the top of the image, above the trench line. You'll see a set of choices, letters below, letters K through Q. Beneath, those are for additional Imperial drop sites if you're playing Space Marines, or if you've got a force full of, like all sorts of Valkyries are by force, then you can deploy one of those spots instead. Make an argument for it, like, hey, this is tunneling force. Here's why I would be appropriate to come out here. Okay, great. Um, and that helps us out understanding sort of where things go and where they fit. Um, oh, and as a reminder, um, for uh, for deployment, Tyranids and Gene Stealer Cult can be in the same, consider them the same, but Gene Stealer Cult can also be on the Chaos side or on the Imperial side. You get to play wherever you wish if you could make one of those days. You tell me. um, yeah, so that's where we're at. I'll put these images up. Thanks to everybody for your patience and adapting as we've gone. Um, you know, Doing the campaign updates based on wins, losses, strategic points I could manage, building out the map, building in things based around what people said. Sure, I can handle that. Me doing all the scar and trait rolls for folks, that was a mistake. Nope. Next time we do a crusade, we're just gonna trust each other and roll them ourselves. Right? We'll have a final recap video of the mega battles at the end of them that reveals the outcomes of the event as a whole. I'm gonna try and do something pretty nice with it, hopefully. Anyhow, that's that. Thanks everybody. This has been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the two mega battles.